The victim in this case, Norizan Salleh, was travelling in a car on the 30th of October 2009 when police cars began pursuing the car in which she was, and shots were fired by the police. At least 5 bullets penetrated the boot of the vehicle and entered Norizan's body. At no point of time were there any firearms in the car or any sort of weapon that could have posed a threat to the police officers who were pursuing the car. Upon the car stopping after the shooting, shockingly, the police then dragged Norizan out of the car and began kicking and stepping on her, despite the fact that she had been shot 5 times. And the kicking was so bad that, having been shot 5 times, one of her ribs was also broken. And the broken fragments of the rib are still within her body. They have not been removed yet. One of the other persons who were in the car tried to block her, save her from the police beating her further, but he was then pushed down and he was also manhandled. Norizan began begging for assistance and pleading to be given some sort of assistance considering her condition. It was only then that the police threw her into a car and took her to General Hospital. She had to undergo surgery to remove a bullet that was lodged close to her heart in IJN. Her right hand, a bullet went right through this right hand, shattering all the bones here, and she has suffered permanent damage to this right arm. Okay, and again, let me emphasize, she was seated in the back seat. The bullet penetrated through the boot and began penetrating her body. So it's quite clear she could have posed no threat at all. And again, I say there were no firearms of any sort in the car. Another point is that 2 of the other occupants of the car were subsequently taken away by the police and tortured that night. The police tortured them that night in order to extract a confession that the occupants of the car were involved in some sort of a robbery. Clearly, the police were trying to cover their tracks and try and justify Norizan's brutal shooting. I myself have spoken to one of the victims who does not dare to come forward at this point of time. He told me that the police hung him upside down, rubbed chili powder all over his body, beat him, and carried out other forms of torture in an attempt to extract a confession. Okay, again I say, he has revealed this to me himself. I interviewed him together with another lawyer, Puan Latifah Koya, who is the Keadilan Ahli Majlis Tertinggi, and she can also confirm it. So, Commissioner, we are here, before I hand it over to the elected representative, we are here because this is possibly one of the most important cases that may come before this commission from our view. Because the police have for decades been shooting people that they claim are criminals, and then coming up with excuses saying that these people shot at them and they were acting in self-defense, and we have never been able to clearly find out what really happened, because most of the time the victims have been dead. For the first time, due to some miracle, Norizan has survived to tell the tale. For the first time, the brutality, the cruelty, the lies and the attempts at cover-up perpetrated by Polis Diraja Malaysia can finally be exposed to the Malaysian public. And action can be taken to reform and set things right. This is the first time SUHAKAM has this opportunity. So we are saying that there should be no doubts at all. SUHAKAM should immediately, on an urgent basis, institute an open public inquiry into this incident. Because we are very certain that the police are not going to do anything. They will not do anything, we are very sure.